Live from Media Overload Studios, it's the Matt and Joe's Media Overload News Hour with your hosts, Matt and Joe. Hello, and welcome to Matt and Joe's Media Overload News Hour. I'm Matt.
And I'm Joe.
And it is April 1st. It is April Fool's Day and Easter. Happy Easter to all of you. Happy April Fool's Day. Joe did the beeps longer than he should have, but that's fine.
I kind of messed up my cue.
As we mentioned, today is the news hour. We are going to be, and maybe more, maybe a little longer than an hour, but we're going to be talking about some headlines from pop culture news, things that are pretty relevant in various forms of media right now. And Joe, you got anything you want to say before we get started?
So my understanding is that there is a Chinese space station that's supposed to be crashing to the Earth.
I heard that.
Either it already did crash to the Earth.
Maybe it did.
I don't know yet, actually.
To my knowledge, it did not crash here.
Maybe I should grab my phone and find out if it has crashed yet.
I mean, you can.
Yeah. Well, we'll look into that later.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's one of those things I find very interesting. That the space station's coming down.
That is interesting.
They said it like a week ago. They're like, it'd come down any time. And like 3 days later, like, still, any time. And then 2 days later, like, just about any minute now. And then today it was like, the space station will crash any minute.
Wow.
Okay.
Pretty crazy. I mean, like, hopefully it hits in the water somewhere.
I mean, I'm glad they kept telling us, but
yeah.
it's just kind
They
of funny.
just not.
It's kind of funny how they just kept going, any day now. Yep. I mean, they can slingshot a bunch of astronauts around the moon back home in a fucked up spaceship.
Yeah.
But they can't tell us when something's going to enter the Earth's atmosphere.
I mean, they can't even tell us when it's going to rain with much accuracy, so.
That's true.
Anyway.
50% chance of rain. It's either going to rain or it's not.
That's literally every day. It's either going to rain or it's not.
Especially in Tennessee. If you live in Tennessee, you know.
It rains almost every time we do the podcast.
Hey, guess what? About 3 weeks ago, I think we had rain, warm weather, and snow all in the same week.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
You know, when we were recording the Evil Dead episode, there was like tornadoes and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't
remember that.
No, yeah, there was one night too. There was tornadoes in like Clarksville.
Yeah. That was the night we were doing the Evil Dead episode.
Yeah, and like people were dying.
We were just sitting here on the floor recording a podcast, but we're not sitting on the floor now.
We got the table.
We got a table.
We got a table.
Anyway, let's get into this pop culture news.
What do we have for the podcast tonight, man?
Well, I think the first topic I want to talk about is...
Or today, it's April 1st.
Yeah. I think first thing I want to talk about is Roseanne. It is back. What's your opinion on that?
Oh, man.
You have watched it, right?
I have seen the first 2 episodes.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't watch it on cable.
I have too.
I've been on Hulu, watched it on Hulu. I gotta tell you, man, knocked it out of the park.
I got right back in the groove.
I thought it was great.
It's like they never left.
I will tell you, I love John Goodman.
I do too.
But I will tell you that I think that John Goodman in this show, I don't know what it is. He doesn't, and I was kind of talking this to you about earlier, but he doesn't seem right to me. I don't know, like, if it's just because he didn't age well.
He's aged hard, and he also lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, so he just looks weird to me.
Yeah.
Even his acting is a little off at times.
Yeah, I thought that.
But I love his acting. I just thought it was off at times.
I thought it was fine.
Like in the second episode where he throws the beer can in the trash can, it seemed like he was kind of forcing the anger. Like
it was a little over the top, but I feel like he brought it back really well with that next line.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
But
I don't know. I just still thought it was weird.
If you haven't seen it yet, we won't talk about it.
But after that, I mean, I was fine with it. I thought of all the characters, he kind of struck me as kind of strange, which I didn't like, because he's one of my favorite actors.
Becky bothered me a little bit.
Becky's weird too.
She's a little rusty.
Yeah, Becky's weird too. Oh no! You know what? Who I thought was also bad?
Who?
Jackie.
Oh,
I would
Lauren
put Jackie.
Metcalf.
Yeah, I'd put Jackie over top of John Goodman.
She seemed a little out of character to me. Like,
She
she
was
wasn't
like-
quite
I mean-
the Jackie that we had.
I mean, she was like in the old Roseanne. She was all kind of like whatever her opinion was or whatever. But in this one, she just again it seemed forced.
Like I said, she seemed a little out of character to me.
Yeah.
I think, which
But-
you know, it must be hard, I guess, to step back into a role
Yeah.
after 20 years and
But-
expect it to be exactly the
But
same.
all that to say, I thought that they recreated it.
The set looked amazing.
I would say that it's probably one of the best recreations of an old show I've ever seen.
Oh, it was great.
To be honest with you.
I loved it. I loved every minute.
Oh, I
of
thought it was great.
Sat there with a big smile on my
Yeah.
face the whole time. First
Yeah.
off, John Goodman's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah,
Roseanne.
of course.
Overall, I'm not a huge fan of
Roseanne Barr.
live action. No, live action sitcoms.
Oh man,
I mean, I've
I wish
watched
there was more.
I've watched a lot, and most of them are just things that I kind of watch like as they're airing, or I'll like binge them or whatever, and then like when I'm done, I just never will watch them again.
Here's the thing: if they're live action sitcoms, why don't you ever see a fuck up every once in a while?
Well, I mean, they still edit them and stuff.
You know, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, they
You should see the fuck up.
like, you know, they mentioned at the beginning of Roseanne, it was filmed in front of the live
Yeah,
studio
but you
audience.
should see a fuck up.
Well, like I said, they still edit them. They still have to make it into good.
So what do they do? Stop, and then they go back and do it again. And the audience is like, oh.
There was that one TV show, that one sitcom on NBC I never watched. It was like called like Undateable or something, that did a season that was entirely live. Like
Oh, I
they
never saw
filmed
that.
the sitcom live.
Never saw that.
Yeah, I never watched it either. Apparently it wasn't that good, but that was their gimmick, is that they did it live. If you liked Undateable, comment below.
Kind of like us. We don't edit our shit.
Oh yeah, we never edit anything.
We just go.
Like that thing where Joe did the beeps too long earlier. We could have edited that out, but we didn't. We kept it in there.
I did it right on the rehearsal, but
Anyway, back to Roseanne. So you were a pretty big Roseanne fan, I guess, of the original.
I wouldn't say I'm a
run.
huge fan, but I love the show.
Roseanne. It originally premiered October 18th, 1988, so 30 years ago, and it
Wow.
ended on May 20th, 97. And it just started back on March 27th of this
Started
year.
in October, man. That's the month.
It was my dad's birthday, actually, October 18th.
18th? No shit.
Yeah, that day.
was my buddy's
He
birthday
turned
too.
22 the day Roseanne premiered.
Wait, did I tell you this?
No.
My uncle's birthday is October 1st.
Yeah.
My mom's the 3rd. I'm the 7th. My dad's the 11th. My sister's the 26th. I got a buddy that was a guitar player and hard sweating and ready to go. It's the 18th. And our bass player was the 21st. And I also had another friend that was the 21st.
Really? It's interesting.
Lots of October birthdays.
Yeah.
Very expensive. Then you hit Thanksgiving. Fuck. And then you hit Thanksgiving again. Then you hit Christmas. Fuck. And it's New Year's. And it's like, well, you gotta buy people drinks, so double fuck.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Anyway. What else we got?
Well, I wasn't quite done talking about Roseanne.
Okay, go ahead.
So you like the original run?
Yeah, but I gotta tell you, I'm kinda
You're good. What?
I'm kind of out on. I mean, I haven't watched it in a long time. I mean, I'm not an expert at all. I wouldn't even call myself an amateur. I just saw episodes. I didn't even realize that there was like a series of events going on
Yeah.
because I was young when
Yeah.
I was watching it. So,
I watched it a lot, like growing up, because it would be like on like Nick at Night or
Yeah.
TV Land or other things.
but when I watched it on
syndication stuff.
TV,
Yeah.
the whole set, like you were saying, the whole setup, even when they begin, Roseanne is filmed before live studio audience. It all felt like I was sitting in the living room watching an episode of Roseanne again.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, it was nostalgic, but also relevant
The thing.
to what was going on.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the thing I love about Roseanne and stuff that sets it apart from a lot of sitcoms, and a lot of people say this. This opinion's not unique to me, but the Connors feel like a real family.
Yeah.
Like they feel like people that you would know and stuff. It kind of subverts a lot of tropes of sitcoms and stuff. Like Roseanne's not like the hot mom or anything like a lot of sitcoms have. Dan isn't like the lovable oaf of a dad. He has those moments, but overall he's a pretty serious character and stuff. Can be pretty intense.
Yeah.
A lot of times, a lot of drama.
I always like it when he got angry.
Yes.
In the old ones.
I remember one episode that really stands out to me is one of the first episodes from the first few episodes of the series. Like it's like his birthday or whatever, and they go out to like the bar and stuff, and he almost gets into a fight with a guy. And Roseanne gets mad at him because he had promised when the kids were born that he wasn't going to fight anymore or whatever. And it gets pretty intense in a couple of parts. And
it really makes
John
me...
Goodman's acting was just really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it just really makes me... Well, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. It really makes me want to go back like to Netflix. I think it's on Netflix still.
Maybe.
You go back and watch all the seasons of Roseanne. But John Goodman back then, he used to drink while he was acting.
He did.
He was an alcoholic. And I read an article just fairly recently, and he was saying like he was so lucky that he got all the jobs that he did. But he said he thought he was fooling everybody, but he would slur his speech. Now, it makes me want to go back and watch some episodes of Roseanne, the older ones, since they were live, and see if he kind of slurred his speech. And I think that he did in a few. Or like when he got mad, like his face was red, but it was like his cheeks were red. He said he would light up. You know, his cheeks would light up because he was drunk.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I've
heard that as well.
Yeah, so I kind of want to go back and see, like, if I can catch that. Not because I want to chastise it, but just because I want to see. I mean, he admitted to it.
Yeah.
And all that. So anyway.
It is interesting, but
just
go back and watch it with that knowledge. And
just to see if that was what was going on. And maybe when he got mad, maybe that's why, Joe. Maybe that's why it seemed so real.
Yeah.
Because I remember when he got mad in that show, in the original, it kind of like almost kind of didn't scare me, but it kind of gave me chills.
Oh yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah, it did that to me watching it just a few months ago when I was rewatching the series, getting ready.
Well, did you notice that his face was red or anything?
I wasn't really thinking about it. Like you said, now I'd be interested to go back and watch it with that knowledge and maybe catch it and stuff. One thing I think set Roseanne apart from a lot of sitcoms too is the fact that they did drama really well.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things, like there's one episode where like they find out that like Jackie's boyfriend like beats her and stuff.
Yeah.
And that got pretty serious.
Yeah.
And stuff. There's Roseanne and Dan had a lot of like pretty like hardcore fights.
But I like the quips though.
The quips are really good.
To me, are the best part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm not trying to like pull my own chain, but it reminds me of like what I do when I like watch stuff or whatever, and I'm like what the hell? Like the same way that like Roseanne would respond to something or Dan would respond to something, or I don't know.
Yeah, you're pulling your own chain.
Yeah, it just kind of I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of like what I do.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You know, so I identify with it.
Oh yeah.
Immensely.
Who's your favorite Becky? Sarah Chalk or the other girl? I don't even know her name. I think it's Lacey something.
The first one's the one you don't know the name of, right?
Yeah.
The second one was one from
Scrubs.
Scrubs. Okay, I like the Scrubs one.
I do too.
Yeah.
But she's in the revival as well.
Yeah, but this other one came back and she's all like
she's
like 40 something. She looks rough.
She's 43.
She looks rough.
Well, that's the character's age. She might be, the actress may be older.
Yeah, but she looks rough.
Well, I mean, you figure it's been a while. And
I mean, I might have thought she was hot before, but
when she was a kid.
I don't think she was a kid. She was married to Mark or whatever.
In those later, I know what you're saying. I'm just kidding. In those later seasons, when she, like she was like 20 and stuff towards 20 something towards the end of the run.
She looks rough now.
I'm interested to see where it goes, and it's already been renewed for yet another season. Actually, it'll be back again next year.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah,
because it's already good.
All right. Well, moving on past that, did you hear about Arnold Schwarzenegger having emergency heart surgery?
I did not.
He did. He had to have a valve replaced. It was like an emergency. Had to be done. But they got it done. He woke back up from surgery. His first words after he recovered were, "I'm back." And
I'm back?
Yeah, I'm back.
So he's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. He's expected to recover and stuff. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Did he think he was dying?
I don't think they thought he was dying, but it was like necessary surgery. Like they had to get it done.
It kind of reminds me of Kevin Smith having his heart attack.
Yeah, that was a few weeks back. Yeah.
With the one of his arteries like a clog called.
Yeah, 100% clot.
Like Widowmakers, whatever they call it. Yeah. Because you usually die from it.
Yeah.
But he didn't. So.
I saw some pictures of him on Twitter actually, where he was at Disney World.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight now.
He has lost
because
weight.
he's a vegan at least for right now. He says he's going to eat meat again, but he's just doing it for right now to try to cleanse himself.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Hopefully, both him and Arnie make a full recovery and stuff.
Yeah.
You a fan of Arnie?
Hell yeah.
Really?
I mean, let me say this. Okay, and if anybody ever listens to Bill Burr's podcasts about Arnold Schwarzenegger, or I think he was on Conan and he explained this too, but and maybe it was on the stand-up. I can't remember, but anyway, check this out. Dude from Austria comes over to America.
Oh yeah, I know this story, but go ahead and tell it because I love it.
Gets fucking jacked, becomes
bodybuilder, yeah.
Bodybuilder, best in the world or whatever for a time or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, now I'm going to be an actor. He's in all these fucking movies.
Well, before that, he won money and stuff from bodybuilding. He invested, started like a construction company.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was rich before he became an actor.
So construction company.
He's self-made man.
He becomes an actor in all these fucking movies.
Action star.
He even said that I'm going to go into politics. I think he even said he was going to marry a Kennedy. I think that's what he said.
I think he did. I believe you're right.
And he married a Kennedy.
He sure did.
And he married a Kennedy. So, yeah, everything was going well for him. And I guess he decided to fuck his maid, which...
And had an illegitimate child.
Yes.
Yes.
Which, quite personally, I don't understand. Because who was his wife's name? Maria? Something like that. Anyway, she was hot.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe.
I saw the maid.
Oh, have you? I don't think I have.
Saw the maid. Huh? But still, the dude was like, I'm on top of the fucking world. Why can't I fuck the maid? Yeah!
Joe's doing a sex motion.
So, I mean, no, it's not right.
Oh, no.
No, it's not right. But you get to, I guess power corrupts, right? Power corrupts, absolutely. So I guess you think you can get away with fucking your maid. And then she got pregs. So, but still, Arnold, I gotta tell you right now, if you're listening,
I'm sure he is.
I don't know
He's
why.
He's one of our few subscribers.
I don't know why you fucked the maid, dude. I really don't. Your wife was hot.
He just wanted to.
I mean, I guess because she was new. That seems to be a thing with dudes.
Yeah.
They want to fuck new.
The strange.
Like, even if they have the hottest, you could have the hottest bitch ever.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I already have that.
Yeah.
I want to your point, I want the strange.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what you wanted, Arnie. Man, I gotta tell you.
Well, it's probably the fact that he was in a position of power, and that's probably over.
I gotta tell you,
worked for him.
I don't agree with it, but I can sort of understand. But dude, why didn't you just fuck Maria or whatever her name is? Why didn't you just keep fucking her?
I mean, I'm sure he did.
Put a bag on her head and write Consuela on it or something.
Consuela.
You know? And then pretend you're fucking the maid. Why can't you do that?
I don't know. Well, I'm sure he's not listening. So, anyway.
Well, we gotta the real Arnold Schwarzenegger on the Twitter or some dick. We gotta do something.
I'll do that.
Yeah, you take care of that.
Okay. So, what's your favorite Arnold movie? What's your favorite movie he's in?
Ooh, man, that's a tough one. Damn.
And why is it Predator?
Hmm?
I said, what's your favorite movie and why is it Predator?
It's not Predator.
It's not Predator?
Nope.
Really?
It's either Terminator 2 or, and this is probably going to be Eraser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Either Terminator 2, either Terminator 2 or Eraser.
Okay.
I can't decide.
I would say Predator. I'm not actually a huge Terminator fan. I mean, I like the movies a lot. I think they're spectacular and stuff. I'm just not a huge fan of them because...
What was that fucking movie where he had a kid?
When he had a kid?
Yeah, where there was a kid inside of him.
I don't know.
Yeah. There was one where he got, like, impregnated.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
I can't remember that.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
That's my favorite movie.
I
No, it's not. It is not.
I really like I like Twins a lot
Twins.
with Danny DeVito.
Oh,
Where,
right.
Yeah, I like
I know
that
what
a
you're
lot.
talking. Yeah, I know.
You know, they were planning on making triplets, where they would find out they had a triplet that was going to be Eddie Murphy.
That seems kind of lame.
I know it does, but that's kind of the point.
I guess.
I mean, it's like,
yeah, I mean,
I also and we actually talked about this last week. Even though it's an awful movie, I like him a lot in Batman and Robin as Mr. Freeze.
oh, Mr. Freeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's goofy, but I do like him. You're right. I do like him. He was also on a YouTube channel with Epic Mealtime, and they cooked a
The
fucking
movie,
egg.
Wait, hold on. The movie is called Junior, by the way,
Oh,
from
that's
1994,
it.
where he's
that's
pregnant.
it. Yeah, that's it.
He plays a male scientist who agrees to carry a baby inside of his own body as part of fertility research project.
That's the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movie ever.
I don't think I've seen that, but I know it. Yeah.
It's terrible. Anyway, so shout out Epic Mealtime if you guys are listening.
They're not.
Shut up, man. Come on. They were at Arnie's house with his tank, and they cooked a fucking giant ostrich omelet on top of his tank, like on the wheel cover of the treads. It was so hot outside, they cooked it on top of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger's a badass. I'm sorry. I know he kind of, and I still, Arnold, dude.
Is this about the maid?
I don't get it, dude.
Drop it.
I don't get it. Okay.
Neither does he.
You were married to that hot ass
Okay,
Kennedy bitch.
Forget it.
I'd fuck her. The maid was not hot. Were you bored?
I haven't seen the maid. I'll have to look.
She's
at the
not hot.
I'll have to look at it.
I mean, I'm sure she's humble as dicks, but I mean, she's not hot. So, Arnold, man, give me Maria, whoever's number. I'll give her a call. Maybe I'll talk to her. Maybe we can hash things out, or if not, maybe I can take her out for, dinner and a movie sometime. Okay?
I'm sure that will happen.
What's up?
Is that all you want to say about Arnold?
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done? Okay. So here's another thing from the news. YouTube has said that they are going to start putting more ads during music, specifically like videos involving music and stuff, to basically frustrate people trying to listen to music for free on YouTube, to try to encourage them to go to streaming sites to listen to music where the artist and stuff will actually get paid.
Or buy
like
YouTube Red,
because
there will be no ads.
Yes, and they're also apparently going to start, I guess it is part of YouTube Red, where they're going to start doing their own streaming and stuff.
Okay, so wait, you got more?
Well, they're doing that mostly too because they've been accused of not doing anything to support the music industry.
Okay, so here's my question. I think I asked you this earlier, but I can't remember.
Okay.
So, if I go, like I do this a lot actually, I call it YouTube Jukebox, where I go and I just play a bunch of songs on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So, if I'm going to play a song on YouTube, okay,
Yeah.
so I start the song, let's say they go ahead and play an ad at the beginning,
Mhm.
whatever. So, while I'm listening to the song, is an ad going to cut in the middle?
I don't think the plan is to have them cut in the middle. I think that they're just going to bombard you with them before. Like, it might even be more than one ad before the song. I
That
think.
doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me that much either.
I don't care. Whatever. Now, if they put it in the middle of the song, that would be a bull dick move.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Yeah. Talk about cunt, cock, fuck, balls.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. But anyway, the thing about that is, like, I'm all for, like, supporting the artist and making sure that everybody involved with making the music gets paid.
Right.
And stuff. But, I mean, I listen to a lot of music on YouTube and stuff.
But if they have more ads before the songs, then?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. If they have more ads before the songs, then, does that mean the channel gets more money? More revenue?
I guess so.
Isn't that a positive?
I guess, except when you consider a lot of those channels aren't the official channels.
That doesn't bother me at all. Like, if I was the musician, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I guess if it's on
Rock
your
and
own
roll.
channel, then in that case you would...
Like, who would bitch about that?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess people bitch about anything. I
The people
suppose.
who aren't getting paid.
Right.
That's who.
I want to listen to this song. I gotta listen to Geico and Comcast and
Popeyes.
Popeyes before I listen to Tame Impala's Driving Down the Shore with my windows down.
Is that
Sorry,
a song?
I wasn't. No, sorry, I'm not making fun of
Not
anybody that likes indie music. I'm just.
super familiar with
No,
him.
I'm kind of taking a stab at people who like really indie music.
Yeah.
I like indie music too, people. I used to be in the scene. I'm sorry. I'm not insulting you. Calm the fuck down.
I don't think anyone was offended.
No.
I don't think so.
I'm a fan of the way the waves look. That look like a death sword.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It does kind of look like a sword.
Look like a death sword.
Yeah, Joe's watching the sound waves on the screen as we're
I'm
recording.
just trying to make sure we're not peeking out.
Yeah, well, you know.
I think we're doing a pretty good job tonight, actually.
I think so too.
So, real quick, do you want to tell them about why we're trying to be extra careful about what we're doing here?
Yeah, Leica, our little beagle mascot, is sleeping, and we're trying really hard not to wake her up because she was making it really difficult for us to get started because she decided she wanted to be really rambunctious right before we recorded.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, we literally could not start because she was running around. We were afraid she was going to shit or piss all over the studio,
Yeah.
and we just could not. We took her out a number of times, but she's scared of the dark.
Like literally 10 minutes before we were going to start recording, she was asleep too. So, and she chose to get all wild and crazy.
We took the steps necessary at the beginning to try to tire her out, but I think it was too soon.
Yeah,
We did it too soon.
yeah.
So she already had but now,
Joe also got to playing Far Cry.
yeah, we played some Far Cry.
Joe did.
Which will lead us into some of the things we should talk about. A new game came out recently that we played, and actually played all the way through.
Yeah, we actually mentioned this last week. It's the reason that we got such a late start
And our
recording
behind the
our
scenes.
Batman episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was behind the scenes. But the game is
A Way Out.
A Way Out.
And this game is kind of interesting because it's the first game of its kind that I've ever known to be only co-op. There is no other way to play this. You can't play with a computer.
Two players.
Computer doesn't play with you. You have to play it with somebody else. It's really designed for couch co-op, like Matt and I played it. But you can jump online and join somebody else. But so it's a story about a couple of guys in prison and they escape. And then the story kind of jumps through there. I don't know, Matt. You got something else to say about that?
Well, I mean, the game mentions that it is a way out, but that actually happens pretty early in the game.
That's the beginning of the game.
We should probably stop right here and just say that there might be some mild spoilers.
Okay. Yep.
Potentially some big ones. Do you want to?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and say it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and tell you right now that if you want to listen to some of this at the beginning, we won't spoil anything at the beginning. But
we'll warn you when we're about to.
But we will
talk about the.
We
big
are
thing.
going to talk about the big thing that happens in this game. So we want to make sure that we don't spoil that for you if you're listening, and because we don't want to ruin it for you. Because I got to tell you, I read a review before I played this game, and they said it was a gut punch. And I know I said this in the behind the scenes before. And it fucking was.
It really was.
Yeah.
I did not see it coming.
I didn't think so either.
Completely out of left field.
So anyway, A Way Out. You are was it Leo and Vincent?
Yeah, those are the characters that you play as.
Vincent is the kind of the smart, calculated guy, and Leo is kind of the off the cuff.
Yes, and at the beginning of the game, Vincent is just entering prison. Leo has been there a while, and stuff.
Right.
And their paths kind of cross early on. And at first, Leo isn't very open to being friends with Vincent, but they find out that they have something in common, and they both need to get out of prison in order to accomplish that goal. And that goal is to get revenge.
Right.
Do you want to get any further into that?
Yeah, there's some. I can't remember the fucking guy's name.
Just so you know, guys, this is sort of going to be a review. We're not just talking about it for fun. We're going to critique the game.
So I'm going to kind of fast forward a little bit. There is a ton of little stuff that you guys have to do together to escape prison, and
a series of not seemingly, they are mundane things that you have to do.
Like you have to do it and then wait for the next day.
Tools.
And there is a point where you got to pass tools between each other, and we almost fucked that up.
Oh, so close.
Oh, it was so close. It made it dramatic as all hell, and it was awesome.
Yeah, you're in your cell side by side, and it's a wrench, I believe, right?
Either that or a screwdriver. I can't remember.
It was one of those because you have to get several tools. And Joe's character, Leo, had the wrench in his cell on his person while they were conducting a cell search, checking the cell. And my character Vincent is in the cell right next to him, and I'm running around the room thinking there's something I gotta do to create a distraction or something to bail Leo out. And I'm looking around, and finally I just kind of go over to the corner near where Leo is on the opposite side of the wall, and there's the option to help Leo, and all Leo does is pass the wrench over to me, and it literally goes into Vincent's hand right as they get Leo to spread his arms and stuff and pat him down.
Fucking
it was so close.
I mean, if it had been literally probably, I don't know, 10 seconds longer, we'd have lost that part. We'd have to do that again.
We'd have done it over, yeah. Here's something that goes actually to critiquing the game. Do you feel like it held your hand a little too much?
No.
You didn't?
No, because, I mean, it seemed linear. It is very linear.
Yeah, and it's also really hard to screw up things.
But the reason I don't care is because I think it's a story-driven game.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
So.
The things that you're doing to advance through the game are second to the actual story that you're getting to. So the point is they want you to get through the parts so you can enjoy the story.
Right.
And stuff. But certain parts were really hard, like that boss fight at the end. We had a lot of trouble with that. The guy with the grenade launcher.
Oh, right. I forgot about him.
Yeah, Harvey, the guy that you're after.
Yeah. So throughout the game, as you go along with the stories, no, that's not the twist. But there are a lot of little mini games, which I enjoy. I like them. Like you have to lead fish to somebody so they can catch them, and do little things like this and that.
Oh, there's that pointless basketball game.
Basketball game
with Leo's son.
And I don't know. I like the little things like that.
My favorite little touch is when you're in the trailer park and you can hear the people having sex in the trailer and stuff. That just made me laugh.
Yeah. So as you go along, you finally
you play baseball. You play an arcade game.
Yeah, there's a baseball arcade game. So as you go along,
like a snoring,
in the game, you get towards the end. Man, I'm getting a little fuzzy on what happens, but I know this.
It was a week ago.
I know, but I know this. At one point, you guys are. I think the two of you, your characters are getting ready to get on a plane or something. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure what part you're at.
Like at the end, I'm talking about right before the twist.
No, you're getting off the plane. Like the plane's returned from Mexico.
Okay.
You've just successfully, you've killed the guy you both wanted revenge on. His name's Harvey, and you also recover this diamond from him.
Oh, that's right.
And stuff. And this pilot chick that Vincent knew flies you back, and you land back at the airstrip, and there are cops waiting there for you.
Right. So you land.
Keep in mind you've escaped from prison and all that stuff, so your characters have been wanted, and I'm using air quotes because that leads kind of sort of into the twist.
Right. So we land, we get off the plane, and
massive spoilers.
So
guys.
so massive spoilers. So if you haven't played till the end, stop now or fast forward.
Plug your ears and make that noise Joe was at the beginning.
Anyway, so keep in mind, I'm playing Leo. He's the guy that's already been in jail.
And
Matt's
I'm
playing Vincent,
the guy that
just got to jail.
Entered prison.
So we're standing there and they're talking. Fuck, Matt, do you remember? You have better memory than I do.
Yeah, like the head guy who kind of looks like Commissioner Gordon.
Right.
Tells Leo to hand over the diamond or whatever, and then Vincent draws a gun on him too, and the revelation
points it at Leo
is that Vincent was an undercover FBI agent the entire time.
I got fucked over by my prison break buddy over the whole fuck game. I was playing the whole fuck game with this dude, and now he's pulling a gun on me. So then from there, the story goes, and then you are pitted against essentially your best friend. The person
it goes from a game where you're playing together to playing against each other.
Yeah.
So basically, Vincent has to chase Leo because Leo gets away. There's a boat chase where you're shooting from a helicopter. Then it goes into a building where it's a one-on-one gunfight that eventually ends up going to a fist fight, and literally crawling to the one remaining gun that you have between the two of you. And whoever gets there first is the winner.
And what happened when Matt and I were playing is that Matt got to the gun first.
And I shot him. I shot Leo.
I wonder if you hadn't shot him, what would have happened.
I don't know. It's interesting.
I wonder what would have happened if I had gotten the gun and shot you. Or if I had gotten the gun and not shot you.
I don't know.
See, that's the weird... Like, that's kind of what I want to explore in that game, but I wonder... I gotta play back all through the old fucking thing.
You probably find videos of people who have had
that's
other
a
versions of
good
the
point.
ending
That's
or
a good
something.
point. Yeah. But anyway, it was... I mean, when that happened, and so Matt shot me, I die, and Matt goes, after he was playing basketball with my son in the fucking courtyard while I was talking to my wife, has to go into my trailer and tell my wife that he fucking killed me. And he was a liar ass fuck.
And she cries.
And she cries and
pushes me.
Pushes him, and my son becomes the next NBA basketball star.
Yeah. Well, we made a joke that they were going to make a sequel, A Way Out 2, where he wants to get revenge on Vincent. And he, like, when he grows up, he, like, tracks him down. So who knows? They might do that.
Anyway, I mean, so yeah. Massive spoilers. I mean, I don't know why I didn't see that coming, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it, I should have.
The thing was, there were no hints towards it.
Yeah.
Like, nothing hinted at it the entire way
Right.
through.
Right.
Maybe there are
I was
some
bought.
things.
I was bought into the story the whole time.
The only thing that kind of hints towards it is the fact that Vincent wants to cause the least amount of trouble throughout the game. Like when you have the option of just like going in the house and beating that old couple to death,
Oh yeah.
or to release the horses so they have to leave the house. Like that's a choice you have to make, and you can either choose Vincent's way or Leo's way. And Vincent's way always involves not harming anyone, and Leo's way is usually the rougher,
Right.
more reckless way about
Sure.
doing things. There's a point where you have to rob a convenience store, and once again, Leo wants to use a little more force. Vincent doesn't. And we chose Vincent's way most of the time.
Yeah. We didn't
Um,
really use Leo's way very
I know
much.
we did a couple times, though.
Every once and again.
Yeah. But so I guess that's really the only hint, though, is the fact that he doesn't really want to harm a lot of people along the way. But you still do. You still harm a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, and again, I never ever really thought that that would.
Like, here's the thing that doesn't make a lot of sense, is you still, like, physically attack a lot of prison guards like Vincent does. Like, if he's undercover and stuff, is that really necessary?
It doesn't kill him.
Which maybe they weren't in on it. Maybe they had to make it as realistic as possible.
Probably true.
I don't know. It still
I mean, that would
seems
make
odd.
sense. That makes sense.
It never says. It never says that they had to make it as realistic as possible.
Yeah, it's just. Anyway, that ending, like, I couldn't even believe it. Like, I don't know why I didn't see that coming, but I should have.
Like I said, I guess just because there was no hint towards it, it just.
I think, and this is why the game like forces you to do co-op. Forces you to do co-op because then you're invested in your other buddy.
Yeah, and they both have like these personal stories going on that get you invested in both characters.
Yeah.
Leo's got this whole thing with his wife and his son that he hasn't
Mm-hmm.
seen because he's been in prison. His son thought he was in Italy the whole time.
And then you think you're helping both of them, you know?
Yeah, and then Vincent has a wife that he's semi-estranged from, which is a true story. It's just for different reasons. Leo's led to believe it's because he's been in prison, but it's actually because he just works so much as an FBI
Right.
agent. But she's pregnant and stuff, and she has a baby while all this is going on and stuff. And you go visit at the hospital, and that hospital sequence is bad
awesome.
ass. We said different things.
But it's great.
It's awesome.
It's very good.
What
What happens again? I can't remember.
Oh my god. You're talking about how awesome it
I was
is.
the one.
No, that's like when like
So
you
we
get.
gotta play this game.
That's like when you get separated and it like pans.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
the different
Okay,
parts of the
yeah.
hospital
Right.
where,
More
like,
spoilers. Like
That
you
ship
do, you do
sailed a
shit.
long
It's
time
like
ago.
it's like one screen. One guy's doing something, and then he gets through that, and then it like pans through somewhere else, and the other guy starts doing that. So you get a break. You can like drink a beer or have some popcorn or whatever. And,
No, you don't get that much time.
No, it's kind of quick actually, but it's so cool. I've never seen that in a video game before.
That was
Ever.
really cool.
Ever. I've never seen that. Well job, A Way Out. And also, for those that don't know, if you buy the game and you have friends that also have the same kind of console, you get a token so you can have them play it with you for free. So only one person has to buy the game, and the game's only $30.
Yep.
$29.99. And that was their whole idea the whole way around. And I think that is phenomenal. I don't know how they pulled that off. But damn, they I gotta say I think they really that was really a fan service type of game. I mean
Yeah, I would say so.
they did a great job. I mean
Really, they did.
the only thing I would say is that I wish that you could play it with a bot. So like if you wanted to play through the game as either or and there was nobody else to play with.
If you had no friends, yeah.
Right. Or if well again, if you couldn't find anybody online
Yeah.
for some reason. Like let's say you want to play it 2 years from now. Nobody's playing the goddamn game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you might
Like,
want to play that game.
You could have like a
years from now.
CPU AI
Yeah.
that would play with you, and it would be very basic, but it could do
Do all the stuff.
whatever it needed to do.
Yeah.
It wouldn't do anything crazy. It would just go very, like, streamlined as to what the
Even if it
objective
would
was.
only let you play as one of the characters.
Or
like,
that.
You didn't get the option of which one.
Or that.
Or something. Anyway, so you like the game, you would recommend it.
It's a buy. Don't rent. Don't wait for sale. It's $30. Fuck you. Pick it up.
And
Play it with a friend.
on
I
a
prefer.
on
I
scale
would say
of-
prefer play it with a friend on the couch. What?
scale of 1 to 10, what do you give the game?
Give it an 8.
Give it an 8. Solid 8?
Solid 8.
All right. I would agree with that. Is that all you want to say about that?
Yeah, I think I'm done with that game.
All right, moving on. Did you like the show Smallville?
Yeah, I gotta tell you though, my father was a way bigger fan than I was.
Yeah.
I don't know very much about that show.
Yeah. Well, it's coming back.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not coming back. Actually, two of the stars of Smallville, Kristen Kreuk, I don't know how to say her name, Kreuk,
Crook.
sure, and Allison Mack, apparently were both involved in a sex cult called Nexium, but it's spelled N-X-I-V-M, but it's pronounced Nexium. They're apparently both members of this cult that was founded by a guy named Keith Raniere, R-A-N-I-E-R-E. I don't know, Rainier. I'm going to say Rainier. Keith Raniere had this sex cult where apparently those two, because of their star status and stuff, they were used to help recruit young women and stuff and get them to join the cult and stuff. And apparently that the women in the cult were forced to have sex with this Rainier guy, and they were forcibly branded near their groins. What do you think about that? How's that for some pop culture news?
Why? Hold on.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
I mean, I remember seeing an article about some kind of a Smallville, some such rather. But why? Okay, so these two actresses, right? Two women?
Yes, two actresses, yes.
Why? Okay, they're following this dude.
Apparently so,
It's a
yes.
dude?
Now, the Kristen Crook girl or whatever claims that she left the cult several years ago, but Allison Mack, this other girl, on Smallville, who did she play? She played, she played his friend Chloe. On Smallville, remember her?
No.
Oh, well, anyway.
I'm not as familiar with Smallville.
The other chick played Laura Lang. The blonde chick on Smallville.
You have pictures?
Yeah, this chick. That's Allison Mack. She was the one that was apparently still a member of cult. And
Okay.
supposedly was actually possibly with the guy when he got arrested back on the 25th. This Rainier guy was arrested in Mexico back on 25th. And
25th of what?
March. Just a few
Oh, no
days
shit.
back, yeah. And apparently they're expecting maybe to arrest her too. I don't know how much has developed since I
Why
read
are
about
they in this cult?
I don't know. I guess, why is anyone in any cult? They get won over by some kind of mind games
Look.
and end up in a cult.
I'm going to tell you something right now. When I was in college years ago,
You were in a cult.
I started a cult.
You started a cult?
Sure did.
No shit.
Yep. It was
Really?
called Joeism.
Oh,
I'm not kidding.
this sounds made up.
It is.
Like the story or...
The cult was made up.
Oh,
On Wednesdays,
I was saying the story sounded made
we had Wednesday orgies. I had 3 dudes and 2 chicks that
Uh-huh.
joined the cult.
up. Really?
Yeah. We didn't actually have the orgies, though. That never really happened. But
So why'd you call it that?
But I would go to a public space.
So why did you call it that? Don't dodge the question. Why did you
It
call
just didn't happen. It would happen eventually. That
So
was
you
my-
didn't have a cult. You have a
No,
fantasy.
Because on Fridays is when it happened. I went to the
I
public
thought you said
speaking.
Wednesday.
That was the orgy day.
Oh, okay.
Fridays were the sermon day. Okay, so I went to the public speaking area.
Uh-huh.
They had 2 of them on the college campus.
Yeah.
And I stood there, and the fucking people who were the 3 dudes and 2 chicks, they stood there.
Were you one of the 3 dudes, or was it 3 other?
No,
dudes?
3 other dudes.
Okay.
And actually, an extra dude who was a guitar player in my band. Imagine Moses.
Okay, this wasn't a cult. These were your friends.
Yeah. But no, the people who were in the cult were they're acquaintances, actually.
Oh my god.
That's how
this
much
is so-
fucking pull I have, dude. So anyway, my
Oh,
buddy,
yeah,
my buddy
because we
Dan
have
was
9
was
subscribers.
the prophet.
Yeah.
He was the prophet,
Uh-huh.
and he wrote the book of Joe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. We did this.
This is so
So in the public square, I would or circle, half circle, whatever it was. I would stand up on this thing, and since it's a public space, I could say where the fuck I wanted. So I would stand up there and I'd be like, "You will bow until unto the power of the Joe, and on Wednesdays we shall fuck, and it shall be so," or something like that. I mean, I don't remember what I said, but all kinds of weird stuff. And
Obviously.
and then they would stand up and be like, "Ah," and people would be like walking by, like going to get their library books and something like, "What the shit?" Anyway, that's what I did in college.
But you never actually had an orgy.
No.
So these people weren't really members of your cult, because if they were...
They were, we just didn't fuck.
Well, that's not what a cult is.
They were, we just didn't fuck. They came for the sermons.
Sounded like a big joke among your group of friends, is what it sounds like to me.
No, like some of the people in the dorm, like I was sort of friends with them, but not really. Don't be jealous because I started a religion that you didn't.
Well, I'm announcing right now
Joeism.
that Matt and Joe's Media Overload is starting its own cult.
Matt and Joeism?
It's going to be the Church of Latter-day Media Overload.
That's too long.
No, it's not.
Church of Latter-day Load. That sounds gross.
Loadism.
I don't like that. We're not going with that. That sounds like sperm.
Yeah, it does. Which would fit perfect with our orgies.
We're not having orgies. That's Joeism.
Well, I'm not starting a cult. Okay, never mind.
I'm not starting a cult without orgies. Look, that's the fucking deal. Boy, I'm gonna have some answers later.
Anyway, this whole Smallville thing, that's bizarre. That's just
I don't
bizarre.
understand.
Like branding the women near their groins.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing I don't understand. Like so, and I'm being honest. I'm being 100% honest. I would love to meet one of these, like, or to like actually like go to however these guys recruit these people.
Like a cult leader.
Yeah,
You would like to meet
and like
a cult
see
leader.
how they talk and make these people believe some of this bullshit. I mean, it's bull. I mean, listen to it. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You dumbass? Are you serious? But so
They are serious.
So that's. I would kind of like to do that for research purposes. Holy shit! If I get sucked in,
Interview a cult leader.
yeah. If I get sucked in, somebody save me. But I don't think I would because I think I'm too smart for that.
Yeah.
I think the people that get sucked in that. Okay. I'm not trying to cross a line, but I think that people that get sucked into that kind of stuff are so desperate for leadership or missing something that they're willing to
They
follow.
feel like something is missing from their lives
Yeah.
that needs to be
they're
filled.
willing to follow almost
with
anything, or
acceptance.
they're placating off of like God or whatever.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, this guy's like a prophet or like a piece of God, whatever the fuck. And yeah. Man, like I'm not jealous, but I wish I could understand that kind of devotion to something that just doesn't make any sense. I wish I could understand the devotion to something that just doesn't make any sense.
You wish you could. You wish you could understand the devotion of being in a cult.
Oh no!
Way to go, Joe. You woke the dog
I'm
up.
sorry. Your lordships. Go back to sleep.
Anyway,
Be the walrus.
she's fine. Yeah, I've never been in a cult.
I just don't get it, man.
Hey, for those of you listening at home, if you've ever been in a cult,
comment below if you know
anyone who's been in a cult,
comment below if you know,
or a leader of a cult,
comment below if you know,
comment below for us
if you know,
and let us know if you're interested in joining a cult that we might start.
Yeah,
we're not starting a cult.
I mean, I don't know.
We're not starting a cult.
We might.
Well, okay.
We might.
Apparently, you've done it before, so
I have experience.
You can plan it.
I have experience.
So why do you want to talk to interview a cult leader if you've been a cult leader?
I just want to know. I mean, they're doing a better job than I did.
Yeah, you want to talk to an effective cult.
Yeah, I want to see how they made it happen.
Well, if you're a cult leader and you would like, hey, if you're listening right now and you are the leader of a cult, please submit proof that you're actually the leader of a cult, and we will gladly invite you to the studio to be on a future episode of Matt and Joe's Media Overload.
And hey, look, I'm not saying that I want to be a cult leader so I can just get a bunch of tail.
Orgies, yeah.
Right. But the guys that were, did you see them? Did you see what they looked like?
I've seen some, yeah.
Not attractive.
Yeah.
Not hot dudes.
Yeah.
If I were a gay man, which I am not, but if I were, I've known many, I wouldn't fuck any of those guys.
I like how you say, I've known many. As if that... Does that make what you're saying make more
I'm just saying.
Hey guys, let me tell you, I've known a lot of gay guys, but...
You know?
Oh my god.
Anyway.
So Roseanne's back.
We already passed that.
I know.
But anyway, seriously, I just don't get it. I guess they're charismatic, but I don't understand how. If I was in that congregation, I'd be like, this dude's a dork. I'd be like, let me get up there.
I don't know. It is weird.
Push him aside.
I wish I could understand it.
That's what, you know what?
So,
we're going to start right now. I'm going to join the Church of Scientology. I'm going to find out what's going on.
They're probably listening.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Fucks.
You're going to join it.
Coming for you. Yeah, I mean, at some point I'm not going to have enough money to, like, move forward, so I'm going to have to, like, start hounding people or whatever they fucking do.
Uh-huh.
Sit in a room where have you seen the documentaries on that shit?
No, I haven't.
Like that leader guy comes in, he like screams and yells at everybody.
Uh-huh.
Tom Cruise, what are you doing, man?
What are you doing, Tom Cruise?
Giving all your money to that guy. That guy's a little he reminds me of General Hux. A little piece of dick. Little piece of dick.
Yeah.
That Scientology guy, I don't know your name, you're a little piece of dick. Hey.
This is like the third person that you've addressed that there's no chance in hell they are listening to this podcast. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the leader of Scientology, and the Epic Mealtime guy are not listening to our podcast. Now, there is a chance a cult leader might be, but those three people are not listening to the podcast.
You're going to post this podcast on send it to the Scientology email. Say, hey.
Scientology.
Hey, General Hux. You're a piece of fucks.
Oh my god, you are so proud of yourself.
I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
I don't know.
I guess because that guy's just a dick. I don't like him.
Yeah.
What's next?
I don't even know.
You got it written down?
Well, the list got a little out of order.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here's something. So, those were like kind of the main headlines and stuff that I wanted to talk about. I mean, we could go on and on forever about different things. But, let's look towards the future. What are some things that are upcoming in media that you're excited about? Maybe try to keep it within just the next couple months at the furthest away, not like...
I'm going to shoot towards sports.
Okay, sports. Go for it.
I'm excited about the XFL.
Oh, the return, of the XFL. I heard about that.
I am. I like the original XFL. It's going to be a little different this time around.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be connected to the WWE or whatever the fuck. But I liked the original XFL. I did. I don't know. I just thought it was fun. It didn't take itself seriously.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it put itself ridiculously, but I thought it was fun.
Uh-huh.
So I'm excited about that. But there's also another football league coming. I
Really?
cannot remember the fucking
not
name.
heard that.
Yeah, there's another one too. It's supposed to be coming out before the XFL. I just can't remember what it's called.
Really?
But it's similar. It's like I don't know.
ZFL.
I don't know what they call it. But anyway, it's more football. So if you like football, there's a fuck ton of it coming. There's an absolute fuck ton.
As if there isn't already a ton of football already.
There's not. It's only for, there's a fuck ton of baseball. Come on.
Baseball's
How many
just
goddamn
started.
games do they play?
A lot.
600 and some dick? Jesus fuck. It's too many games.
Yeah, it is.
That's too much
It's
baseball.
a lot of games.
That's way too much baseball. I don't care if you're a baseball fan. You just could die with baseball. It's too much baseball, guys. Come on.
I enjoy the experience of going to a baseball game.
Yeah. And I will tell you, when I lived in Texas, going to the Arlington Stadium to see the Texas Rangers, pay $10 for nosebleed seats.
Uh-huh.
$1 hot dog day, especially when I was going to college there. But something about going to a baseball game, even in nosebleed seats, it was awesome.
There's an atmosphere.
You can see it. I don't know. And then I experienced the same thing with a basketball game.
Yeah.
Saw the Mavericks. However,
Everything's better watching it in person.
However-
Yeah.
I would not agree with football. I am a huge, huge football fan.
You'd rather watch it on TV?
I would rather watch it on TV because it's the best seat.
Yeah.
Fuck going to a football game because the whole time it's going on. You see it on the field unless you're down there,
Yeah.
I even went to a playoff game with the Dallas Cowboys and the Vikings back in the 90s. And we were in front of the cheerleaders and that was awesome. And we were kind of down towards the field, but I was still watching the Jumbotron the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So you pay fucking $120 for a goddamn football ticket. You're just watching the Jumbotron. I'd just be at home with my nacho dip and my beers with the best seat in the house.
Your Bears?
My beers. My beers.
Beers.
Yeah. And I'm not going to pay a fucking arm and a leg for all that shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to watch the fucking TV on the stadium anyway.
I'm just going to say this right now. I don't like football.
You should die in hell.
I don't like it. Can't
Why?
say I'm watching it. Huh?
Why?
Not enough happens.
I guess we've never talked about sport before.
Yeah, we're planning on doing a sports episode in the future. By the way, if there's something particular you would like to see, please leave recommendations in the comments.
Comment below if you know.
No, I just don't like football. Not enough happens to keep my attention. Everything's just in a little short burst.
Not enough happens to keep your attention.
Yeah, they run for 5 seconds and then a guy falls down and then they stop and read.
Did you ever watch arena football?
No.
Arena football is very exciting. Tickets are cheap.
So you see my point though as to why I think.
No, I don't agree with that at all. I agree with you if it's a defensive game. If both teams are on playing defense heavy and there's not a lot of scoring.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I just don't enjoy sitting there watching guys.
Because I
I
used to have a team.
Yeah.
When Peyton Manning was a quarterback, that would score all the fucking time. When they were on offense, it was like you were on the edge of your seat. You didn't know when they were going to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it was badass. So great.
Overall, though, I'm not a huge sports fan. Overall.
Oh, football's so good.
Really, the only things that I enjoy watching. I know you love football.
Football's so good.
I know you love it.
Okay, what were you saying?
Really, the only thing that I enjoy watching is boxing and things like that. I love watching boxing. I do. Yeah.
I mean, so when I lived in Texas,
They call it the sweet science.
I used to go over to my bass player's house, and across from the street there was
Across from the street.
across the street he had a neighbor that was a Hispanic guy, but he would have all his family over and neighbors and friends and all kinds of stuff, and they would go and they would watch boxing matches, and he would invite us over because he knew like we would hang out like the day before we had practice or some shit, because we don't practice it at his house, and but I'd always go early, and so we'd hang out, and they invited us over, and everybody sit down and watch boxing. I loved that, but I was interacting with like, you know, the women that didn't speak any English and little kids playing with them and blah blah blah.
All your stories are weird as hell.
And one of them's like, "Do you have children? You have niños?" I'm like, "No, no, no." I just
Every word she said was English.
She was speaking Spanglish. Yeah.
Do you have?
What do you mean? All my stories are weird as hell. I think all my stories are awesome as fuck.
They're not bad stories, but they are weird.
Well, they wouldn't be awesome if they weren't.
Anyway. All that was just... What did that have to do with that face you're making when I said I liked watching boxing?
I'm just not a big boxing fan. I'm also not a big MMA fan or UFC.
Yeah, mixed martial arts.
I'm not a wrestling fighting kind of guy. I don't know.
See, I enjoy fight sports.
I don't know.
Those are the ones that I
you
enjoy
like
watching.
WWE?
I used to a lot.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
You know, here's the funny thing. I buy the new game every year, the new WWE game.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Every year.
Yeah.
Because it's fun as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I try to kind of keep up with it. I don't know. Like I try to watch like the big fights. You know what I mean? Like when Ronda Rousey was fighting somebody and fuck balls and fuck stick were fighting, you know. I try to check out those fights.
Oh, I wouldn't miss that. I hear fuck balls is really something.
Everybody's bet was on fuck balls, but fuck stick, well, he was the underdog.
Oh yeah, of course he was.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, I know you don't. Anything else that you're excited about coming up in the future? Media-wise? Mentioned XFL. I'll tell you something I'm super excited about. It actually is only a couple days away. Legion Season 2.
Man, you know what? I totally forgot. I mean, I didn't forget about Legion, but I sort of did. Like,
Well, it's been a while.
I loved that show.
Yeah.
But I was able to watch it on the Fire Stick I had, but now it's all fucked up. I can't watch it. I got to figure out how to jailbreak it again. Because something's wrong.
Yeah.
So I can't watch it.
Well, it's coming back.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
And
Same thing happened with Game of Thrones. I lost track on Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Legion. I'm so excited about it coming back. I love Noah Hawley, the guy that created it. He also created Fargo, which is one of my favorite shows.
I will tell you though, the first several episodes, I was like, okay, what?
The first episode was better when I rewatched it.
What I'm doing is moving my hand in a circular motion, like, come on, let's fucking move this along.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, what? Alright.
The special effects were also awful in the first episode.
Yeah.
Like all those explosions and stuff at the end.
Yeah, it
was pretty bad, yeah. But it really got good. It really...
It did.
It was amazing.
It got
I loved
really, really good.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it.
I can't remember what episode it was, but it, like, took a turn. It was like, holy fuck, I am in. Like, that was... Because I kept watching, because I was like, I know, okay, this is Legion. Like, one of the most badass dudes ever.
Yeah.
I want to see, like, good, bad. Like, he's kind of like a gray character.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about Legion. I just love most of the shows that FX puts out in general. Like, I'll give anything FX releases.
I have
a try.
not seen Donald Glover's Atlanta.
Atlanta. It's good.
I haven't seen it.
I'm
What's
not-
it about? Atlanta?
Sort of the... Yes. It's about Atlanta. It's
Atlanta
just-
sucks.
Donald Glover walks around the streets of Atlanta just videoing, no, it's not it. It's about the rap scene and stuff like that and things like that. And Joe's doing a masturbating hand motion and stuff.
Come on, Donald. Really?
It's good.
A rap thing?
It's good.
I think the terminology...
I'm not caught up on it. I'm way behind, but it is good.
I'm gonna put an opinion out there, and people are probably gonna riot. Everyone on the internet will riot. But I think the whole terminology of rap anymore is obsolete. I don't think rap exists anymore.
Okay. Explain what you mean by that.
I
think I understand, but like I'm sure some people are like, what the fuck is Joe talking about?
I don't think rap, because you don't hear it that much anymore. I don't think it's rap anymore. Would I call it hip hop? I don't know. What would I call it though?
I don't know.
I'd call it. Damn. This sounds stupid. Like word rhyme or. I don't know. Rap in the 90s, I'd call rap. Rap now, I wouldn't classify the same.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
It's different.
It's changed a lot.
How is it different?
Hard to put your finger on, I
It
guess.
It is. Damn, I wish I had a good example.
Well, while Joe's thinking of an example, I'm just going to say some other things that are on FX right now since I mentioned it. The final season of The Americans, which is one of my favorite shows, just premiered a couple nights ago. I'm behind on it. And also this new show called Trust that they're doing, which I've watched the first episode of, and I'm already kind of hooked on it. I'll watch anything FX does. I mean, come on, The Shield, Justified. I mean, everything they do is just gold. And Joe left the room, so I'm sitting here. Joe's coming back, he says. Joe's trying so hard to think of an example for rap and stuff. I'm going to take this time just to say that we appreciate you all listening. I hope that you will go to Facebook and follow us on Twitter, at Matt and Joe MO. Please comment. Like I said before, we would love suggestions for potential topics for future episodes. I think next week we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a Star Wars episode. Hopefully a lot of you will enjoy that. I know we will. I know Joe will, especially. He's a big Star Wars fan. I'm a Star Wars fan too, but Joe's the bigger Star Wars fan for sure.
A huge Star Wars fan.
Joe's back and he has 2 beers.
So, I thought about even Donald Glover's band, Childish Gambino. I wouldn't call that rap.
It gets kind of experimental.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
that
I would
song,
almost
like that
call it.
song, Redbone, that's really popular.
Yeah.
That's not rap at all.
No.
I like it.
Yeah, I like everything he does. I wouldn't call anything of that rap. Anything of that.
You
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
call
any
anything
of that.
he does rap?
No,
None of it.
none of it.
Well, that's bullshit. You're just wrong, Joe.
Fair enough.
Nothing that he does, you would call rap.
I don't think so.
Not a bit of it.
Nope. I would call it
What about the sweatpants?
sweatpants.
Yeah, that one sweatpants where it's like in a diner, the music videos and like diner and stuff. That's rap.
That's not rap.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
What
not.
would you call it? Hip hop? Pop?
No. I'll call it word.
Smooth jazz?
No.
What would you call it? I mean, it's
Word.
rap.
Word walk.
It's rap.
Word walk.
It's rap.
Word walk. You heard it right now, right here, right now, April 1st. Matt and Joe's Media Overload. Joe has termed the terminology, or
Joe,
What's
you
the
don't
word
know
I'm
what you're
looking for?
talking about. You've coined.
pegged, coined, there it is.
You've pegged.
Coined, pegged,
the term.
pegged and coined the terminology. Pegged and coined the terminology. Word talk.
Walk. You
Walk.
said word. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about anymore.
Word walk. You heard it. WW. No more rap anymore, guys. It's word walk.
peg the term.
Coin the peg.
Oh my god.
Man, this is what makes shit good.
All right. Anything else you're excited about?
Oreos.
Oh, since we mentioned we're doing a Star Wars episode, I just want to go ahead and say that I'm excited about. I'm cautiously optimistic about Solo, the movie Solo.
I'm very worried about this movie.
We'll talk about that in the Star Wars
Wars.
episode. I just wanted to mention, since we're talking about things we're looking forward to.
I want to be excited.
And since we mentioned Donald Glover,
I will watch it. I will go see it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Anything else? Or are you about done?
I'm done.
All right. So that was a little bit more than an hour for the news hour, but hey, we mentioned that it would probably be longer, possibly. Hope you stuck around for the whole thing.
We got dressed up for you, so I hope you did.
Yeah, we wore ties. We have a dog. It's a lot different. Got a table now. Studio's changing. Things are growing. Things are really booming here at the studio, and it's all thanks to you guys. We're so glad that you're listening.
Soon we'll be recording out of a skyscraper. You guys can come visit. We'll have tours.
Yeah. And, yeah, we'll probably...
That's about it.
We'll probably have a cult.
I played, we already said I played Far Cry 5. That's where we got started.
Yeah, Joe played
cold stuff.
Yeah.
Good game. Far Cry 5. Still working on it.
Joe recommends it, though.
I would,
He says it's already better than Far Cry 4.
Yep, I would already, right now, right off the gates, even though I've only played like several hours, I'd give it an 8.
An 8? So on par with A Way Out
Mm-hmm.
so far. It does look pretty good. I haven't actually played it. I've just been watching, but it does look pretty good.
Yep.
All right, so are we done?
Yep.
All right. Well, this has been Matt and Joe's Media Overload News Hour. We hope you come back next week. Be sure to check out the after show and all of the behind-the-scenes stuff, all of our videos, like them, all that stuff. Until next time, guys, I'm Matt.
And I'm Joe.
And this is
Matt and Joe's Media Overload.